York, Fox News contributor, and Mark Halperin, editor-in-chief of Two-Way. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Mark Halperin, let's see, President Trump calls him Mamdani the commie. I just want to ask you, shrewd political guy that you are, can Mamdani be beaten here in New York?
Not today. There was some opposition research dropped on him, and if there's something that's akin to a silver bullet against a communist, maybe. But barring that, I think he's got an 85% chance of being his honor come next year.
Wow. All these, I'm going to come to Byron on it in a second. All these, big shots, financiers are creating PACs, to beat him. But there are some that are sort of sucking up to him also. So it's a two-way street. So does that matter? I mean, you have the New York Post on a daily basis and other publications on a daily basis, heaven forbid, even commentators like myself, ripping him apart, taking him down, and particularly the law and order issue. So, but you're saying right now he's the winner right now. The vote were today, Mark Halperin says he's the winner.
Oh, yeah. Larry, you can be really good at making money and really stupid about politics. And I think the fundamental mistake they're making, I've met a donor or two who doesn't know much about politics but think they do. Maybe you have as well. Mm-hmm. The problem is they don't have a candidate. Tip O'Neill said all politics is local, and people say that's the first rule of politics. It's actually the second. The first rule of politics is you can't beat someone with no one. Mayor Adams, which is where most of our wealthy colleagues and friends are putting their money, look at the polling, look at the data. These are folks who make money in business looking at metrics and data. They're not looking at the data. Mayor Adams has a ceiling on his support that makes him unelectable, even if it's a one-on-one race, and it's not going to be a one-on-one race.
Byron York, I want you to comment on what Mr. Halperin is saying. And I will say this. These guys don't have a candidate, and they don't have a message. And I also think the only hope Eric Adams would have as an independent or something is the law and order issue. Because he did appoint Jessica Tisch, and she's from a great New York family, but she's done a great job as the head of the police department. Mamdani the commie wants to defund the police. Besides his anti-Semitism, which is just pathetic, I would think law and order, Byron, that's the only hope.
A possibility, but I too would say that Mamdani, currently polling around 35%, would win if the election were today. And what's so frustrating, of course, is that all of his opponents, not just Republicans, but Democrats, independents, everybody, I mean, they're looking at this bizarre race where you have Cuomo and Adams looking at each other, telling the other one to resign. You resign. No, you resign. And then you have Curtis Lewa, the Republican in the race. And by the way, I think John Podhoretz pointed out the other day, said, the Republican starts with 300,000 votes in the race. He's the nominee of a party. Maybe it's not crazy to try to elect Curtis Lewa, who's not any more damaged than Eric Adams or Cuomo. But the fact is, they're really kind of three unelectable opponents for a guy who's running at 35%.
I love Curtis Lewa. But I don't know. Mark Halperin, some polls out today, nothing you didn't know. The Democratic Party is very, very deeply injured, in the tank. The numbers are terrible. Particularly, it was interesting, this poll, and it's from Political Action Committee. They didn't release the whole poll, but I'm sure you saw some of it in the commentary. But the fact is they had lost tremendous ground. What did I say? 35% losses from votes on Hispanics and, in general, blue-collar working folks. That's exactly how Donald Trump won the election. We just ran a story at the top of the show. I don't know if you saw it. Gavin Newsom defending the kids who were working in the marijuana fields in California, and he wanted to throw ice at. That's great, man. Democrats standing up for child labor. Democrats standing up for marijuana. Democrats standing up for the worst of the worst criminals. How's that going to rebuild the party?
Yeah, their brand is about as popular as Quibi. If you remember that.
Yes.
Look, John McCain said that when numbers get this low, you're down to paid staff and close relatives, and the chairman of the party is an ineffective spokesman, and the issues that have made the brand so unpopular, they continue to hug on law enforcement, as you said, on immigration. They don't seem to have a positive agenda either, and the two national leaders in the Congress, Mr. Schumer and Mr. Mr. Jeffries, are tying themselves in knots on Mamdani, trying to say, well, we're not for him, but we're not against him. So the president's got his own political troubles, but he is a giant in terms of brand equity compared to where the Democrats are now. Can they turn it around? They can, but not on this trajectory. They can't.
Byron, New York, I just got about 25 seconds. President Trump calls Mr. Schumer the senator from Palestine.
Well, this is.
I'm sorry, that's what he calls him.
The party appears to be in the control of its most radical elements, not just on the Gaza issue, but there was Axios did a story the other day based on talking to 9 Democratic members of the House on what constituents were telling them when they go back to their districts. And they say the constituents very angry. They don't feel the Democrats are being aggressive enough to stand up against Trump, and they want Democrats to fight dirty, break the rules, and be prepared to get hurt because it might take bloodshed to bring attention to their favorite issues. This is not a party that's in a winning mood.
What a fabulous platform that is. Take a shot. Take one for the Gipper, huh? Except it's a Democrat. Anyway, I got to get out. Mark Halperin, good to see you again. Byron, New York, thanks for coming back on the show. We appreciate it very much.